Good afternoon and welcome to High Top Sports Network's high school basketball preview. Today, we are joined by first-year West Shamokin girls varsity basketball coach Phil Parks on this Sprankle's Neighborhood Market presentation. Phil, welcome aboard and thanks for joining me.
Yes, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. Always look forward to talking to you guys.
As I said there, I think the noteworthy part of your introduction there was first-year head coach. You have a lot of experience. You've been on that bench, but now the responsibilities are a little heightened. So talk to me briefly about that. You're replacing not just a great coach, but a dear friend of yours as well, and Frank Nagy. So talk about that transition, what we can expect. Is it going to look a lot like the teams of the past that you've also been a part of? And maybe briefly describe what Coach Nagy meant to that program in terms of where it's at now.
Oh, you're 100% right, Joe. Big shoes to fill. Great friend of mine. We grew up together. We played sports, little league, everything up all the way up. So he's still near. We still talk a lot daily, bounce ideas off each other. Our program's really going to continue to be run in a very similar manner. Defense first, attention to detail, everything I learned off coach, and we've done for the last several years. We're just hoping to build off that, continue the strong tradition that we have going at West Shamokin girls basketball. The girls have all been in our program. They know what's expected. So that transition's going pretty well because, again, it's pretty seamless. Just kind of carrying along with the way things were done. I think that's kind of good for the girls, too. They don't have to relearn a whole new philosophy. So that is great. And, again, just to follow in Frank's footsteps are big shoes to fill. Hopefully we can do that. But, again, he's still involved in text and calling me, and we're going to watch film and stuff. So he's still not too far away, but it's going to be an interesting year. I'm excited to take over. So
yeah, I'm sure people built like Frank Nagy can't stay away or too far away or for too long. So I'm not surprised to hear much of what you described there. One caveat to that, I got to ask you, talk about traditions. Are you going to be giving out socks, Phil? Is the socks for charges is that going to continue?
That's absolutely. We already got the order in, so the socks have been delivered. Girls were already asking about it the other day. Something happened. We were talking about boxing out, and I said, if you box a girl out, and you get a foul for doing it too hard, I'm going to give you a high five. They said, how about a pair of socks? I said, no, you know what socks are for. And they said, that's right, charges. So yes, that tradition is going to carry on as well. And that is something, the girls do look forward to. And we've had some that, have really wiped us out of socks and more in. So that's a good problem to have, So yeah, that's still a keystone of our program. Absolutely.
Now, digging into the team itself, you certainly have some players that are going to be tough to replace. You have some long-term starters that are going to be missing, especially from the guard positions. It appears you have a 1,000-point scorer in Sophie Facera to replace, along with the efforts of maybe one of the best defensive players over the last few years in the area. That, of course, Osterling. So describe about replacing those guys. It seems like you're going to have some returning depth down low. But it seems like there might be some newer pieces to get familiar with when it comes in terms of the guard play this year, Phil.
Oh, you're absolutely correct, Joe. We do lose a very quality senior group that was really guard heavy. So we're going to be starting all new guards this year. Inside is where our experience is found and kind of our calming presence. We have Lexi Young back, our only senior, and she actually missed last year with an injury. So she's back. She's 100%. She's doing a great job of leading the team so far in practices and really setting the bar and making sure those younger girls know what's expected to be a varsity level player here at West Shamokin. So again, inside's our strength. We have Lily Jordan back in there as well. Melissa Spawn is back as well. She filled in last year as a starter. She's another quality ball player down low. Bailey Conrad. So we do have some depth and some quality down low. And then our younger guards are really developing as well. Maria Young's going to step in to be the point guard. She's improving daily. She's really receptive to coaching. She's taken over the offense, kind of the quarterback of the team, and we've talked about that. We have Maddie McConnell back. She's obviously everyone's seen her on the volleyball court. She's back on the basketball court. She's looked really good so far. Molly Kaplan, she's stepping in there as well. And then we have a freshman, Maya McElwain. So we do have some guards there that are young and inexperienced, and we need to grow quickly there. And in practice, we talk about pushing each other and developing each other and absolutely everything we do. And they bought into that, and they're working hard. Just have to keep that rolling.
pretty much since the time you and Frank Nagy were on the bench for West Shamokin, you've had a lot of guard play, a lot of guard leadership, it seems, not just over these recent years and the two seniors we just spoke of, but that's kind of been a constant. How do you have to change your game plan and how you go about things with maybe the inside presence being your strength this year? Is there dramatic changes when it comes to your strength being in the post, maybe as compared to years past when it's been guard play?
That's a good point, Joe. We haven't really changed our system. It's more of an emphasis of we want to look inside. We want to look to post. We want to, in transition, we're going to post. We want to look inside. So still asking a lot out of our guards, but making sure that we have that added emphasis on, okay, on this play, we're going to get a little added post from Lex, or Lily's going to look to post on this side. Just kind of tweaking that a little bit. And making sure we're really looking to get the ball inside when it's presented and when we're posted. So it hasn't been a total, reinvention or total new system. It's just within our system, really focusing on that strength of ours, which we find to be inside, at least early on here, because that's where our experience is. I do expect, again, our guards to develop and be a strength as the year goes on as well.
You have had sort of an interesting time at West Shamokin, being that you were the new kids on the block there for a while when it came to the Heritage Conference. And now this upcoming schedule, you're going to have some other newbies, if you want to call them that, in the Heritage. So you guys aren't the new guys anymore. I'm speaking of River Valley and also Cambria Heights. And then next year, some more teams will be joining the conference as well. So take me through the Heritage Conference, some of the teams that you expect to maybe make some noise and cause you troubles on some nights, and some of the bigger matchups that folks can look forward to this season in terms of West Shamokin girls varsity basketball.
In terms of small school girls basketball across the state, I year in, year out, I'd put the Heritage Conference up against any conference in the state in small school basketball. We've had state playoff berths, playoff runs from multiple different teams in the conference. It is quality girls basketball without a doubt. You have to be ready to go every single night. Homer, obviously, we lost them last year in the championship. They bring a lot back, so they're probably the favorites, you'd say, early on. Pence Manor, your buddy Jason over there, does a phenomenal job. I know they'll be ready to go. River Valley, combining both schools, they're going to be a very quality basketball team as well, and some others mixed in. And Marion Center's been growing each year. So they've gained experience, and now they're going to be, a very well-coached, hard-working team as well. So again, we just have to be ready to go night in and night out for each game and battle and compete, every minute to be in every game.
It's a new experience, I'm sure, for you. So many times you've had Frank maybe to lean over to, and Frank's had you most certainly to kind of lean to in the years past. Who are you going to maybe use in terms of that person next to you, like Frank maybe has in years past? And what challenges would you say are the biggest for a first-year head coach during these times? We're through COVID, maybe kind of, but certainly not going to deal with the same problems you did last year. But it's not an easy year to become a first-year head coach. So kind of take me through that and describe, where you might seek help in the past, as you've been kind of that person for the program in years past.
Yeah, it's funny you asked. My pregnant wife is actually my assistant coach. So without a doubt, I will go to her as I do in all facets of life for some guidance on the bench there. She's been our junior high coach for the last 3-4 years in our program, so she knows our system, knows the girls, has coached them in volleyball and basketball. So it's kind of a seamless transition there as well. We both are kind of living busy lives, and this is the first time we got to coach with each other. So we get to spend some more time together. It's pretty neat there. And again, in terms of our program, she knows what's going on. We had a Jill Glover as well as an assistant. She played at West Shamokin, played at Elderton. She's been a tremendous addition to the staff. She's really bringing some outside. We've been in the system. Jill's not really been in our system, so it's nice to hear some different, fresh ideas as well that can help us out. So that's been great. In terms of being a head coach, taking over, just it's easy to be an assistant and say, hey, I don't know why we don't do that. We should do this. And at the end of the day, it's the head coach's decision. Well, now it's my decision. So just making those calls, the game planning, the scouting, getting everything, in line there, trying to accumulate some film, make sure we're prepared for our opponents, we're preparing ahead of time. That's really the one big one there. And then being the guy that's standing on the sidelines instead of the one sitting on the bench, really leading the team and working through those varsity games. That's going to be the biggest adjustment, but one I feel that I'm ready to make. So.
Absolutely. I'm sure that the confidence is high out there, knowing that they're bringing somebody back that is so familiar with the program and has been such a part of the winning culture there, as you have been. With that being said, and I'll leave you with this one, Phil. I love to kind of leave this one open-ended, so I'll do it here. West Shamokin girls varsity basketball will be successful this year if
our keys, definitely, we've talked about it multiple times so far. We must out-rebound every team that we play. With our strength being inside, we're taller for what we've been in recent years. We do have some size inside. We got to make sure we are crashing the offensive boards. We have to make sure we are boxing on the defensive end and winning that rebounding battle every night. Offensively, protect the basketball. We have to make sure our guards aren't trying to do too much. Just protect the basketball, get us into our offense, and get quality shots. And then, as always, the stalwart out here, play great defense. We got to battle and compete every defensive possession, work hard man-to-man defense, pressure that basketball. Things that we've worked on these girls when they come into our program, that's stressed, and those fundamentals are laid brick by brick in 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade years. So that's really the calling card of our program. That's going to remain to be the calling card. So we're going to be successful if we can play some quality defense, rebound the basketball, and protect the basketball. So, I think everyone is going into the season hoping they can do that, and we're really not too different on that end.
Well, Phil, thank you so much for making the time. Always a high IQ basketball mind there. So it's always fun to kind of pick your brain and hear your thoughts, especially now that your role is increased, and we're going to get a chance to hear that basketball IQ a little bit more this season on High Top Sports Network. So, Phil, thank you as always for making the time. We greatly appreciate you, and best of luck to the West Shamokin Lady Wolves this season.
Hey, thank you for having me, Joe, and thank you for all that you guys do for our local athletes. We all really do appreciate it. I know our community, our kids, they love you guys just as we all do here. So thank you.
We appreciate that, and we appreciate you guys and the kind words from your community. That will wrap it up for Phil Parks. My name is Joe Rhoades here on this preseason basketball preview on High Top Sports Network, presented by Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. Until then, we'll see you next time.